No! Impossible! Whatever you do, you'll always be considered a monster. Yes. But no longer yours. With the beginning of a new year, it was inevitable that I would review another anime wife kaiju. And why not discuss my favorite kaiju that started it all? Unlike your SH Monsters variant of the Legendary Goji, which are infamous for their apparent screen accuracy, Hiya Toys here was successful in replicating the God in Godzilla, as the likeness is not only the best out of all the existing 6-inch figures of Godzilla in the market, but possesses statue-like elements, with the authenticity being on a completely different level. Just the head alone has more detail and authenticity than the 3 variants provided by the Monstars line, as the bulky square head is accurately portrayed alongside the thick eyebrows that portrays Godzilla's Giga-Chad facial expressions. But zooming in, the eyes are created with an extra, as they actually resemble the actual eyes on Godzilla, rather than the demonic possessed or mentally retarded versions. The teeth are also superbly rendered, as they look like the teeth that actually bite into other kaijus and inflict heavy damage. Looking inside the mouth, Godzilla here possesses everything he needs, such as the tongue, which is superbly portrayed and is able to be adjusted to any position the owner desires. You can have my tongue. Moving down, even the body is superbly rendered, with the patterns on the front being superb alongside the dense scales that are capable of withstanding literal nukes. Even the legs have such weight that not only does it put mechs to shame, but also is able to crush anything Godzilla stomps on. It's a trap! And we can't forget about those dorsal plates, as they are superbly represented, with each individual plate being meticulously detailed, as each line, each vein is visible. And they're also extremely sharp that even Gigan is left without a job. And the tail is beautifully rendered, where it's so thick that even Excalibur looks like a lightsaber in comparison. However, not everything is perfect. This is especially due to the jaw joints that is explicitly shown that semi-breaks the authenticity of Godzilla, unlike the Monstars variant where everything is kept inside. But then again, certain Monstars can't even keep a straight face. And there's a lack of neck pods, as adjusting the direction of the head shows the cracks and crevices within the sculpt, as the gaping hole is evident, which could be remedied through an additional neck piece. But then again, the Monstars version also suffers from the same issue. The SH Monstars figures, when regarding size, were huge, as they overshadowed figures from other lines such as the SH Figgots and Figma. But even the gargantuous Monstars are minuscule in comparison, as the higher version of Godzilla here is enormous and stands at 19 centimeters or 7.5 inches, making it akin to bigger mechs and even toe-to-toe with the ultimate foe. Here's Godzilla next to Gunpla, Star Wars Black Series, Figma, SH Monsters Gojira, SH Monsters Godzilla, SH Monsters Godzilla, SH Monsters Godzilla, SH Monsters Godzilla, SH Monsters Shin Gojira, SH Monsters Legendary Goji, SH Monsters Legendary Goji 21, and Godzilla Ultima. Now, as my first Hiya Toys figure, I was iffy on whether Godzilla here would possess the same range of motions found on the SH Monstars line, or be stiff, more akin to Star Wars Black Series. But to my surprise, Godzilla here is well articulated, not to the extent of Figma or SH Figgots, but akin to those of Monstars and other figurized kits. The jaw can move relatively well. The neck, while movable, is nowhere near the range of Monstars variants. The arms, while limited, is pretty standard for kaiju figures. The body, while stiff, is movable. Even Godzilla didn't stretch this far in the film, so it's pretty alright. The legs are well articulated. The knees can bend about 90 degrees. There are calf movement, but don't expect to see those on other figures.
Where's the calf movement? Where's the calf movement?
The feet are movable. And we can't talk about the king of the monsters without talking about his enormous tail, which, while extremely posable with it being composed of only 9 ball joints, rather than the probably 16 found in the monster arts, resulting in a less posable tail, but still great nonetheless. Now then, you might be wondering, what about the accessories? Even the SH Monsters Godzilla came with an atomic breath effect, in which from a grumpy old man,
You are treading on some mighty thin ice here.
because Godzilla came here empty-handed. And this is a huge disappointment because this figure has so much W's that extra finishes could have earned it a perfecto. And while people might claim that this price is a steal, have you seen the dollar value lately? My goodness! For me living in Korea here, I'd rather just importing product arts right from Japan. In conclusion, the Hiya Toys Godzilla is what I wanted from the Monstars iteration of the Legendary Goji, where the 199mm as shown in the movie size is accurately portrayed in figure form, making him sizable with even Shin Godzilla, and the head is accurately portrayed rather than the who and what heads found in the monster arts. This is not to mention the relatively cheap price being offered, vastly increasing your bang for your buck. The only complaint I have is the awkward jaw joint, the awkward and probably lack of neck pods, and the lack of accessories that prevents the Hiya Toys Godzilla from being the perfect figure. But nonetheless, if you're looking for a Godzilla figure, this is the one to get and where I would highly recommend this figure and give it a ranking of an A-.